Today, we're diving into a story from an ancient text that completely messes with our ideas about scale, time, and where real power actually comes from. It's a wild one. No, really. Just take a second and think about that. What if, in one tiny particle floating in the air, you could see everything? Not just our world, but countless universes, all the heavens, all the hells, every single person who has ever lived or ever will live, all of it, happening all at once. So, our story kicks off with this young spiritual seeker, a guy named Sudhana. He's on this epic journey to find enlightenment, and he runs into this incredible divine being, a night goddess. And then, something impossible happens. A beam of pure light shoots out from between her eyebrows, and it flows right into Sudhana's mind. And in that one instant, his whole reality just shatters. He looks around, and he realizes that every single speck of dust contains entire universes. He's seeing worlds being born and dying at the same moment. He sees the palaces of gods, the depths of hells, and every being living out their lives in between. And here's the kicker. In every single one of these infinite worlds, he sees the night goddess, right there, helping each and every being. All right, so this brings us to the heart of our explainer. Who are these two? You've got the pilgrim and the goddess. And what on earth is the meaning behind this unbelievably huge vision? So on one side, you have Sudhana. He's basically us, right? An earnest seeker, totally humbled and just floored by what he's seeing. And on the other side, you have the night goddess. She's the calm, mysterious source of all this cosmic power, and she's somehow everywhere at once. So Sudhana, once he kind of picks his jaw up off the floor, asks the only question that really matters. He has to know, what is this incredible ability, this profound freedom she has? But even more important, he asks, how did you get it? And that is the mystery we're about to solve. To answer his question, the night goddess basically says, let's take a trip. She takes him back in time. And I mean way, way back. We're not talking a few centuries. We're talking about a journey across eons. Now, before we go any further, there's a really important idea we have to understand. Bodhisattva. This isn't just any old god or powerful being. A bodhisattva is someone who makes a very specific and pretty mind-blowing choice. They're driven by this huge compassion, so they decide to put their own final enlightenment on hold until every other being has gotten there first. So the night goddess explains that countless ages ago, she wasn't a goddess. Not at all. She was a human princess, and her entire life changed the day a bodhisattva showed up in her city. This being was radiating a light so brilliant that it made the sun and moon look dim, and seeing that, it sparked something powerful inside her. Looking at this incredible being, the princess made a vow. It was this single, powerful intention that would end up defining her existence across countless lifetimes. She didn't wish for power or for riches. She wished to become a light of wisdom for all beings, to end the suffering that comes from ignorance. And listen, this wasn't just some passing thought. No way. She acted on it immediately. She went to see a Buddha who was teaching nearby, took off all of her expensive jewelry, and offered it up as a symbol of her commitment. From that moment on, her life had one single purpose: to make that vow a reality. This is where the story's scale just explodes. That one moment, that one vow, wasn't just a nice idea. It was the starting pistol for a journey that would stretch across an almost unimaginable amount of time. Over countless lives, she was reborn in all sorts of forms, but that core intention, it never ever wavered. In one life, she was a compassionate king. In another, a dragon's daughter who offered up her underwater treasures. She was even a courtesan who, just seeing a Buddha enter her city, was so moved that she started singing his praises. In every single life, she found a way to serve that path. And to really drive home the scale of her commitment, the text doesn't say she served 10 Buddhas or even 1,000. It says she has served and learned from a number of enlightened beings that is greater than all the particles of dust in all the universes combined. It's a poetic way of saying she's been at this for a very, very, very long time. Okay, so now we can finally connect the dots. What does this epic, eons-long journey have to do with that crazy vision Sudhana saw in a speck of dust? Well, this is the big reveal. The goddess explains that her power isn't some superpower she just, acquired one day. It's the totally natural result of her vow. Her ability to see into all worlds at once isn't for show. It's the perfected ability to see and be present for every single being who is suffering, anywhere, at any time. And we're not talking about some abstract philosophical suffering here. The story gets incredibly specific and relatable. She works to free people from the fears we all know. The fear of not being able to make a living, the fear of public shame, the fear of what people think of you, and yeah, even the ultimate fear of death. So this is her liberation. This is the power that so amazed Sudhana. It's the complete freedom to show up in any form necessary, as a god, a person, an animal, whatever it takes, to help guide someone away from pain and towards clarity. And that's really the main takeaway of this whole story. The entire cosmic mind-bending vision, the power to see universes in a speck of dust. It all comes from one single place. Her power is the perfect flowering of a single seed, her ancient, unwavering, compassionate wish to help others. So that leaves us with a final question to chew on. This ancient story suggests that the most powerful force in the universe isn't some magic spell. It's a single, sincere intention held on to over time. It really makes you wonder, if one vow of compassion can literally reshape reality across eons, what's the real potential hidden in our own thoughts, right here and right now?